Hello, welcome back to Manifesting Minds. Today we are going to be talking about 5 crazy tips to speed up manifesting that I don't really hear anybody talking about. We're all about visualizations and feel the feeling and feel the feeling before it comes. But what about some of the crazy things you're doing in your everyday life that maybe are holding you back or are blocking manifesting? All right, so here's a little spoiler. Number 5 is crazy. It's the craziest one I have. All right, backing up. Number 1, stop reading the news. Just stop. Just stop checking out the headlines every morning. Delete the news apps off your phone. Stop. The news has an energy to it, and it's not good. And I know tons of people who they want to stay informed and they want to know what's going on. Yeah, but how much does that actually help you? What can you actually do about who's invading who, about what the president said or didn't say, or, I know we're going through some pretty crazy headlines in the news with political things that are going on. And you know what? All of it is counter. It is the anti-manifesting, quite honestly. Do you feel better after you watch the news? Do you feel lighthearted? Do you feel optimistic? Do you feel like you're ready to conquer the world? Probably not. So stop. Stop watching the news. Okay. Number 2, take a social media break. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. The only thing that you should continue watching are these videos. No, here's why that is crazy, crazy, crazy important. I don't do tons of social media. I post my videos, and that's really about it. And I had not really gotten onto TikTok until probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago, because everybody's like, "Oh, you need to put your videos on TikTok." So I go on TikTok and I start, flipping through, scrolling, trying to figure out how it works. And I started feeling a little bit anxious. I started feeling a little bit panicky. And it was, my first venture into TikTok. And as an NLP master practitioner, brain science is what I love, which is why I love manifesting so much. But brain science is fascinating. And what social media does to us, besides the energetic thing, which I'll talk about in just a second, it speeds up your brain waves. That's why they say that people's attention spans, you got to make short videos because our attention spans aren't what they used to be. Partially, that is partially perhaps true, but why? Why do we not have the attention spans for longer videos? It's because we're in this instant gratification mode and our brain waves are on hyperspeed. And that is not the brainwave that we need for creating and manifesting. Creation and manifesting happen in the theta brainwaves, theta alpha brainwaves too. But the slower the brainwave, the easier it is for us to manifest, focus, and create our future. And a lot of the social media apps that we're using nowadays, like telling my grandpa, nowadays this newfangled technology actually keeps us out of creation mode by speeding up those brainwaves. Then there's the energy that it gives you too. How often do you log on to Facebook and just feel on fire and on top of the world afterwards? Maybe a lot of people I know use Facebook as kind of like a venting space about how horrible their life is going. And, people are super quick to put negative comments on Facebook and, start keyboard debates with total strangers. Overall, it is a negative energy that could possibly be impacting your ability to manifest your future. Number 3, how about this one? Notice how often you say can't and knock it off. Okay, here's my favorite saying. Here we go. Whether you think you can or you think you can't, You're right. Every time we say, I can't do this, or I can't do that, or I can't walk that far, I can't meditate that long, I can't sit that long, I can't eat this, I can't do this, I can't drive in public, I can't. Okay, wait a second. You're right. You're right. You can't. And every time you say that, you are reinforcing your own programming in yourself. You are proving yourself right. If you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Pay attention to the words that you're saying to yourself because you are programming yourself with every word. As a kind of a caveat to the can't word is also the it's hard word. I could reinvent my favorite quote and say, if you think it's hard or you think it's not, you're right. How many of us can catch ourselves saying things like, but it's so hard. You have to work hard in order to have good results. It's so hard to sit still. It's so hard to change. Change is hard. Well, if you think it, you're right. So part of being able to manifest and create the life that you want is leaving the old limitations behind. Yeah, the old you couldn't. Yeah, that's true. It was hard for the old you. Yeah. But if you are actively working on becoming a new person with new skills, new thought patterns, then those old limitations of what you couldn't do before, they don't apply anymore. You know, you can teach an old dog new tricks, but only if the dog wants to. I've worked with people of all different age groups. And you know what? Honestly, maybe the teenagers are the hardest ones, the ones that, they think they know it all already. And that lack of open-mindedness kills manifesting. Kills it. Absolutely kills it. Here's number 4. Start meditating even though you hate it and even though you suck at it. Why is this important? This is critical. I don't even care if you start by doing 5 minutes and you suck at 5 minutes. Meditate daily. 5 minutes. That's it. That's all it takes to get started and make it your pattern. Here's the reason why. Slightly related to number 2 with our brain waves and the frequencies of our brain waves. This is why you struggle with meditation because your brain waves are going like this. And when you sit down to calm the thoughts down, you are in hyperspeed and you're trying to get into first gear. Okay. So yes, that can be challenging if you're spending tons of your life in these rapid frequencies, these beta frequencies that are fast. Well, obviously they're fast, but they want to change constantly. They flip from this to this to this. It's like they're hyperactive, like your hyperactive brainwaves. And manifesting, meditation are the exact opposite. They are the exact opposite. Training your brain to slow down is critical to being able to manifest. If you can't focus for 5 minutes, you're going to have a challenge manifesting. You know what? And I just gave the speech about can't, but I think you can. I think this is something that you learn how to do. Will you be brilliant at it from the very beginning? Will you love it from day one? I don't know, maybe, probably not. Most people don't love it right away. But when you understand that it's critical to slow down the brain waves so that you can create your future, then it starts becoming a little bit more practical, It doesn't feel maybe like so much like a waste of time. Maybe you've had a puppy before. And if you want to train your puppy to sit, obviously they're not going to be able to do it for 30 minutes the first time. You're going to push their little booty down and they're going to sit and they're going to be able to hold that for like 5 seconds. That's it. That's okay. You repeat it, and then they get down to what? 10 seconds, 15 seconds. 1 whole minute, right? And then as they practice, they have the ability to sit longer. And meditation is like that too. Our brains are like these little rambunctious puppy dogs that have a hard time focusing because they've never done it before. We've never, I mean, unless you're the meditation expert already, for the most part, our society has a very difficult time focusing. But that's critical. That is critical for manifesting the life that you want. Okay, here's number 5. This one's the craziest one of all. Go do something crazy. Go do something crazy. Whack off all your hair, color it red. Hey, you know what? Try that hideous orange lipstick. Go to the store, buy something, a piece of clothing that is so not your type, that is so not your style, and buy it and wear it anyway. Do something else crazy. Go play pickleball or go bowling or take a paint class. Do something different. Okay, so it doesn't have to be like, like insanely crazy, but doing something different is critical too for your brain, overall brain health, not just manifesting, but your overall brain health. New input, new things that you're doing, getting out of your comfort zone is literally creating new neural pathways through your brain. Tons of people have a hard time with change. We eat the same thing for breakfast every day. We wake up, the first thing we do is we check the news, make the coffee. We follow routines. And maybe that feels safe, maybe that feels familiar, but when you really want to create a new life, it's going to require you to become a different version of yourself. It's going to require you to step outside the comfort zone. You don't get your cake and eat it too. You don't get the old life and the new life. They cross each other out. You have to be willing to let this person fade off and become this new version of yourself. Maybe this new version of yourself never had a tattoo before, or you don't like jewelry, whatever it is. Do something that is crazy for you, that is out of your comfort zone. Your brain will thank you, and your life will start feeling different because you've got new experiences going on. And the other thing that it does too, that I don't think we probably appreciate enough, is doing something crazy out of the norm. It also kind of starts making us feel a little bit more comfortable with being uncomfortable. And there is growth in uncomfortable. That's why we call it growing pains. Growth comes when we are doing something different out of our comfort zone. So here's our little recap. Stop reading the news. It's depressing. There's nothing you can do about headlines anyway, so stop. Guard your energy, protect your energy, and stop reading the news. Take a social media break. Not just because most of what we see on social media is either photoshopped, faked, or whatever. It quickens up our brain waves, and it makes it harder for us to focus and concentrate. Tons of reasons why a social media break is a great idea. At the very least, maybe if that's hard, cutting it down in half or significantly reducing the amount of time that your brain is in hyper mode because of flipping through super fast reels. Number 3, stop saying can't. You are reinforcing what you can't do. Now, if it's something that you don't want to do, then say, I choose not to do that. I don't want to do that. But eliminate the can't. Can't paralyzes you. You will never be able to do what you say you can't do. It will always be a can't because you're programming yourself. And caveat to that too, be cautious of the word hard. The more we're talking about how hard it is, it's so hard, change is so hard, I'm working so hard, I'm trying so hard. What are you telling your brain? What does your brain think about that? Well, it's going to make it hard for you because that's what you said. Your brain trusts you. Your brain is trusting your thoughts. So make them positive thoughts. Number 4, start meditating, because that lowers our brain frequencies, lowers those brain waves, and puts us in the perfect spot to start manifesting your life. And crazy tip, go do something crazy. So come back to this video tomorrow and write me down what the crazy thing that you did was. Let's see how many crazy comments we can get here, okay? All right, guys, please remember to like, share, and subscribe, because that's what the algorithm likes, and I'm trying to make the algorithm happy. All right, talk to you guys soon.